much older one-on-one with bar and bat mitzvah tutoring. So in terms of groups of older kids, that would be something that I would be newer for me. There's no question. But having said that, as a B'nai Mitzvah tutor, it's primarily at Temple Akiba, a little bit at Jewish Community of Ojai, I definitely know that I know and have, references if needed. Certainly on a one-on-one basis. I know I also have an 18-year-old who's a avid camper and an almost quarter-century-old son as well. So, it's not that I'm not used to teenagers.
Right. And so 3 on here was, what are some of the ways you can bring music into the life of a congregation other than singing during worship services?
That's a good question. I mean, certainly are you, for example, Tu B'Shvat, we're going to be celebrating in
Yes.
a couple weeks. So if we're learning other songs for other holidays that aren't, where we're not necessarily coming together, for Shabbat service, I mean, are you? for Tu B'Shvat. I mean, that's one way to do it. But also the song Adama V'Shamayim, that's not a liturgical song, the earth and sky song. So I would want to bring in music that speaks to different experiences that people have. I mean, even, I don't want to get too much into weeds, but there may even be, Debbie Friedman. I mean, I'm thinking of her Reb Nachman of Bratslaw's song, You Are the One. That's a beautiful song that's not necessarily, would not necessarily find its way into a Shabbos service, but could very much find its way into our connection with nature. And, so if we're out with kids, on a little walk or camping trip or in a park or up in the mountains or whatever, that's how I would bring it in.
Okay, thank you. Very nice.
I'm Dina. We chatted on the phone briefly the other day.
You're Dina. Okay, now I understand. No, who you are.
That's the one.
Thank you.
What would you say is the most challenging position of being a cantor?
For me, there's a couple of things. One is really, really taking the time to stay in touch, because I, would be a clergy person, making sure that I make those phone calls to people that are, maybe not feeling well, that need a refuah shlema. Sometimes I get so busy with, learning music or getting my kid into college or, all the things that, that I do, writing a wedding ceremony, that I would need to really make sure that I focus on that, on keeping connected with individual family members or individuals. Yeah.
Good. Okay. What do you think is one of the most important values that you could contribute to our congregation?
Definitely a sense of understanding that we as Jews fit into the human family, particularly with the amount of anti-Semitism that we've all been experiencing. I have been so focused on learning about what it means to be a Jew. Not that I didn't know before, but learning in a deeper way. I think it's really important that we also remember that we're part of a human family, and so it's really important to connect with other faiths, a value that I would bring is being able to listen to other people's perspectives that I may not agree with, or that we as a congregation may not agree with. I did a meditation on this on Friday night at the Jewish Community of Ojai, and I talked about, this is pretty crude, but I said, if we think of God as a huge elephant, and I'm here on this side at the elephant's ankle but you're over there by the elephant's, left earlobe. And I don't know, I'm not experiencing the left earlobe. I'm experiencing the right ankle. When you talk to me about your experience of this being, it may be very different than mine. But it's incumbent upon me, I believe, as long as a gun is not being pointed at me, literally, God forbid, or any one of us, God forbid, as long as our life is not threatened, I think it's super important that we learn to listen to one another and hold space. And I think that I've been told I can bring that. Yeah, and without trying to convince someone that what they're experiencing or believing or thinking is wrong. It's different. And I may not agree, but that's okay.
Hi,
Hi.
It's me, Ryan.
Ryan.
Good to see you again. First of all, I appreciate what you're saying about, I think in this time of anti-Semitism, I think we are so focused inward, and I think it's refreshing to hear that, it's time to reach out to other communities.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, what style of non-religious music has influenced you, and what kind of music do you listen to in your spare time?
So far away, doesn't anybody? I have, the beginning of the answer to that question is when I was 12 years old and I became bat mitzvah just before my 13th birthday. Everyone's in the congregation, which was B'nai Tikva, said, "You should be a cantor." And I said, "No, I want to be Liza Minnelli." There's a little part of me that still wants to be like that. But Broadway, musical theater, but also I'm in love with, what am I listening to? Who am I listening to? Michael McDonald, Carole King, Dire Straits. I am like totally back into the 70s and 80s. I grew up in a family where every Saturday night, I think it was from 7 to 8 as opposed to 8 to 9, we sat down, the four of us, and we listened to Lawrence Welk. And so born in 1966, my first, what's in my bones is like big band music. What's also in my bones is Broadway music, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And what do I listen to? I love Michael McDonald and Christopher Cross. Those are the people that, yeah, 70s and 80s I'm back into. 90s, Adele's okay. What?
Not Taylor Swift?
I couldn't tell you one Taylor Swift, but here's something. There are, I don't know if I would do it in a service, but there's a hero, Mariah Carey. I mean, there's a lot of, pop songs or secular songs or whatever you want to call it that can fit very well into different moments. You may not want to hear them in the middle of a Friday night service or a Saturday morning service, but I'm the cantorial part of working with a bat mitzvah student whose bat mitzvah is in 2 weeks, Parshat Yitro. She's 72. And she really wants me to sing, and Rabbi Lisa Bach approved. After her drash, which is all about home, she wants me to sing Over the Rainbow. And so I'm not opposed to it. And if my clergy partners aren't, those kinds of things can, find their way in. Anyway.
Okay, my name is Eddie Goldstein. I've been a member here 35 years.
Hi.
My background in being qualified to be on this is growing up. I sang with many Hebrew choirs back east. I sang with the Kusavitsky brothers, Moshe Osher, Levi
Wow.
Wolbin. I sang with all as a child,
Wow.
all those famous cantors. I'm really qualified here. And I have question number 8, but I want to share something with you as what cantorial duties are. When we did all those concerts and those holidays and the services, we treated it as a show. It was a production, and those cantors were interested in one thing: making an experience for the congregation that they'll never forget. Do you have a little bit of that in you also?
I have a ton of that in me. Yes. I mean, like I said, when I became bat mitzvah, I didn't want to be a cantor. I wanted to be Liza Minnelli, and then I wanted to be Barbra Streisand. I have done a number of one-woman concerts, include the most recent one, which is not that recent at this point. I debuted all of the songs, or most of them, not all of them, that are on my one and only album, which you can find on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your, wherever you stream your music. I also have hard copies. I love concertizing. Oh my gosh, please. In fact, I taught, you journal, I journal, but I also really talk to myself. Wouldn't it be wild if it were really being a cantor in a shul where I'm not driving for 3 hours, and 70 miles to get to, that I could be in a group of, performing cantors at Carnegie Hall. I mean, I think about this. It's been a lifelong dream of mine. So I love to perform. And to that end, something that's been very fulfilling to me is for the last 2 years I've been a member and an acting member, literally, of the Jewish Women's Repertory Company of Los Angeles. So 2 years, we were all female. It was started for Orthodox women, but since opened up. So 2 years ago, I was Horace Van de Gelder, $500,000 in Hello Dolly. I had the male lead. And this year, I'm grateful to say, at a much smaller part, I was actually grateful for it because my sons were getting him ready to go to college. In Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, I was the magistrate. I have no problem performing, none whatsoever. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
So how do you select music or songs for the service?
So when I'm learning new songs, thank God for Spotify. I literally will go on to Spotify or YouTube and, in the search bar put Lecha Dodi. And I mean, 100 different melodies will come up. What did I learn? There was something, it was for Yom, it wasn't for Yom, no, it probably was for Yom Kippur. I don't remember. It was for Hanukkah. I go online.
And how do you pick them?
If I like it. I mean, I'm able to transcribe music, so, and I see this so often in the Women Cantors Network. I can't find the sheet music for da-da-da-da-da. More often than not, I can hear it and I start clunking out the chords. So I don't, it's good to have sheet music for a choir, with SATB parts or however many parts you have. But if it's me learning a song for, a new setting for anything, Lecha Dodi, Baruch Hu, whatever, I go online and I just start listening. And if I like something, I start clunking it out. Yeah.
Okay, I'm Jeff Strauss.
Hi, Jeff.
Every week, the rabbi, cantor, and accompanist work together to create a cue sheet for the upcoming Erev Shabbat service. You would need to select all the music unless the rabbi has a special request. Is this something you're familiar with?
100,000%. It sounds like you're talking about a matbeah, an order, a service order. Yeah. 1,000% I'm familiar with it. 100,000%. Yeah, I always have a matbeah, whether I'm working with clergy or by myself. I don't wing it. Although, where I might wing it is if a congregant says something, I might, and the truth, repartee. I mean, I'm not going to turn a Shabbos service into, a show. But no, I've had a matbeah I work with a matbeah with a service order for 15 years now. Yeah.
Great. An extension of that, we use J-License because we have to pay the royalty fees. So we have to make sure whatever music you choose is part of that, and we can.
Sure.
Because otherwise we get dinged.
Got it. Okay.
Because we do YouTube.
Oh, okay, because you're live streaming it. Okay, that would be a new experience for me to make sure.
Yeah.
So what is the process then? Because that we don't live stream at JCO,
The
so,
songs that you decide with the rabbi.
okay,
You'd send it to me and I could look on their list if it's available.
that's good to know.
'Cause
That,
there's some licensed songs that
Sure.
are copyrighted that we can't really use, and then
understood.
YouTube kind of gives us warning sometimes that they won't record, and they happened recently. So
I completely
They won't, yeah, they'll
respect
stop
that
the
and
recording,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't spring anything on you then.
it's just the same week. It's the week of, like, during the Monday before, Tuesday before
Yeah.
the Friday night service. Yes.
Well, would Rabbi Miroff and I work together
Yes, you
to
would
create
definitely
it?
work
Yeah,
together.
that's fine, that's good.
I think easier to call it is the timeline of the service.
Yeah, timeline, script, order,
We
the
call it-
Seder, whatever you want.
Yes, it's all
Yeah,
there.
I've learned Matbea.
We call it Q sheet.
Cue sheet, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. If you became our cantor soloist, how should you be evaluated? How often and by whom?
I would think certainly this group, also by Rabbi Miroff, also by the congregation. Do they like me? I mean, if you're taking a poll once a month or twice a year or after High Holy Days or however you would do it. Also by I would say by the kids and maybe the older kids, the teens or the preteens, maybe by the 5-year-olds, but but certainly by preteens. I mean, I was concerned that Raina was not as engaged as I wished, as I had wanted. It's her personality. Okay, so, but I mean, I was aware that Raina was, kind of not, she wasn't, I don't feel like I was touching her the way I would have liked to have touched her. Yeah. And Jackson also, but, yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, going down the list of questions. What is it about our congregation that first attracted you to even put in your application or to come to us?
My colleague at the Jewish community of Ojai, Rabbi Lisa Bach, knows that I love JCO, and she knows it's too far. It is when a congregant is sick, and particularly if they want, one of the clergy people, specifically if it's me, to come to the home. I mean, it's 70 miles away. It's not like I can, it's just hard. She was the one who turned me on to this, to Congregation Beth-Or. She said, I love you, I want to work with you forever, but I also know that you're really struggling and you've been doing this for 5 years. And it is hard. I mean, so I have her blessing, which is I'm, in fact, okay, so let me just keep with that. That's how you came across my awareness initially, and then I went online and began researching, looked on your website.
I know this is a little out of order, and I'm sorry, but where do you live?
I live in,
Everybody probably knows.
right, I live in Ladera, so this still isn't quite around the corner, but it's a heck of a lot better. I live in Ladera Heights, which is 5 miles north of LAX.
So I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, that's where I live. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
So, in what ways would you work to help the congregation to be more participatory during services?
I would encourage, well, first of all, what I was saying about recording music, I mean, I think that's just a really good way to do it. And also, if you do you do any sort of like once a month or once a week or whatever, once a year, adult ed or community education series? Monthly, so I could introduce new music and talk about it and the origins and the composers and why we sing what we sing and the meanings of it for the music, if you wanted to include me in any of those.
Okay. What do you expect from congregants?
Say it again.
What do you expect from congregants?
Wow.
I know. That is question.
say hello or not?
Right, like, are you gonna say hello to me? What do I expect? I've never thought about that. What do I expect? Maybe it would be nice if congregants have a little bit of curiosity about maybe new music. What do I expect? I'm looking at you, and I would hope that you would be open to, if there were more, learning about what I can offer. And I'd also hope that congregants would be willing and feel safe enough to tell me what's important to them in a service. And, and I would obviously do whatever I could. I mean, unless it's one person who wants one song and everybody else says, and then, so does that answer the question?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think we could skip on the other questions because she already answered those. But I think we could skip on the other questions. She already answered those. And right, but you already asked earlier.
Wow. Thank you.
One second. So if anybody else has other questions that's not on the list, we can ask, and then we'll give you an opportunity to ask us about us.
Okay.
Okay, I know that you've worked with other congregations.
Mm-hmm.
It seems, in my mind, that you do a lot of extracurricular things. To me, the old lady, comes every Friday night. I'm interested in temple services, more so than.
Yeah.
So I'm more interested in how you would engage on Friday night with us as a group, and not so much as all the other things. So can you give me an idea of how you would treat me or us on Friday nights to engage with us?
So I want to answer the question because it's something I've actually been thinking a lot about. Let me answer the question, and then I still may want to ask you a question. I'll be 60 this year.
A young kid.
And I feel, for the most part, I feel like a young kid. I mean, I'm great. I say that with a lot of gratitude. I'm grateful for that. Really grateful for that. I have massaged. I was a massage therapist. I think that was on there somewhere for about 15 years. And what I loved about that was teaching. That was what I loved. I actually taught massage as well as did it. Doing it is what got me the carpal tunnel syndrome. But teaching, I learned without ever waking up and thinking I want to be a teacher. I woke up and said I want to be Liza Minnelli. So I discovered when I was in my early to mid 20s that I really enjoyed interacting with people. I have kind of dabbled for 40 years, working years, except even I'm looking at my resume and realizing that since 2000, I have been in synagogue life, working at one shul or another, tutoring, leading pre-bar bat mitzvah, b'nai mitzvah children's services at Adat Ariel. I do not see hospice chaplaincy work, particularly at Skirball Hospice, which is, under the umbrella of the Jewish Federation of LA. or Los Angeles Jewish Home, I should say. I don't see that at all as something like separate. I've been working within the Jewish community since 2000. Not full-time, but I've been in the community. So at this point, I'm with my younger son going off to school, my older one being 25, turning 25, works and lives in New York City. I feel that I've got like 10 to 12 years to be in one shul and really devote my time and my energy to that shul. When you ask what about performing, I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to do that too. It doesn't have to be separate. I don't have, although I do love the Jewish Women's Repertory Theater, but I'm not, I'm at the point where I want to be settled, and my kids are grown, and my husband is moving toward retirement. I'm not. He and I are in slightly different areas in that way, but he is extremely supportive of my, taking these next 10 to 12 years of life, which is what I'm projecting. God willing, I'm strong. I don't know if I want to do this when I'm 80 years old, but I could see doing it till I'm 72. And it's really how I'm projecting out from a, emotional, work, financial, all those perspectives. That's what I'm looking at. So.
Great. So I have a couple of questions from Rabbi Mura, if he's watching.
Hi, Rabbi.
He wants to know, what do you like about our congregation?
The Hamishness of it, the longevity of it. I really like the longevity of it. There is a sense of just a real foundation that this community has that I sense. I like the fact that while it is a reform shul, there's an element that I'm sensing, I could be wrong, that's a little more conservative, at least culturally. I definitely feel that, and it feels very, that's the way I was raised, was in a relatively small conservative shul. So I'm totally aware that you're using Mishkan Tefillah. I actually brought my own copy of Mishkan Tefillah, so I'm very comfortable with both the Siddur and the Machzorim. But I like the fact that there is a sense of conservativeness.
What are you most proudest of while being a soloist?
Touching people, touching your neshama when I'm singing, helping you reach your own neshama. And in those, before I switched my major and my focus from cantorial work to chaplaincy work at the Academy for Jewish Religion, I started as a cantor. And my kids were young. One of them was not healthy. My little guy had all kinds of problems. Baruch Hashem, he doesn't have them anymore. But it was Rabbi Zalman Schachter Shalomi, Zichrono Livracha, with whom I served for 3 years for the High Holy Days. He said to, where am I going with this? He said to me, you know how to sing. We can always learn, right? I can always learn new things. I can always learn more trope. It's like you never stop learning. But he said, you need a day job. And and you should be a spiritual counselor, which translated, when I asked him, to chaplain. So it was Reb Zalman that kind of made me go, but the cantor, what was the question? I just lost it. Touching. What do I?
Proudest of being a soloist.
I love helping people. I love creating a space where people can touch into their own neshama, and I love being able to touch into my own neshama when I'm singing. And there's no better way for me to touch my lev, let alone your lev too, when I'm singing.
Great. Okay. Just 2 more questions from Rabbi. 2 more only, Rabbi.
2 more.
What's your most meaningful experience as a chaplain?
I think I said this to you. I remember being at the bedside of a woman who was dying. She was transitioning. She wasn't Jewish. Her husband was really an agnostic Jew, kind of a defiant agnostic Jew. But they wanted and she was Christian. So they wanted something to, and I'm not comfortable singing, Christian. In fact, I think I only know one Christian song. It's like religiously Christian. And I wasn't going to sing that. And I sang very, 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 very softly, not like anything I would do on a bima at all. I sang Love Is Here to Stay. he was crying. I don't know what she was doing because she was transitioning. But he cried. And I took out the pronouns. I didn't sing, it's very clear, our love is here to stay. I sang, it's very clear, love is here to stay. I mean, it was really that quiet. That was
Okay.
a very,
Beautiful. What Jewish musical influences have positively helped you grow, and what do you want to do to grow as a soloist?
Definitely, I mean, I grew up with the Jewish, with Debbie Friedman and Craig Taubman and Josh Nelson and, more contemporary camp singers. I would love to get more into Moshe Oisher and Meir Finkelstein and yeah, I would love to have a synagogue where some of that music is invited. And what do I want from a congregation? I would love to have a space where some of that is really welcomed. I have not had that. Certainly not where I've been for 5 years. It doesn't have to be every song because I know people want to sing along, and you can't sing along easily to Moshe Oisher at all, or Kusavitsky. These are not people that you can sing with. Or even Avi Schwartz, Cantor Schwartz. I mean, in New York, I would love to have a place to grow that side of me and then offer to the congregation.
Just an extension of that, we do like to hear the new popular music,
Yeah.
the newer artists. So I don't know how familiar you are with the newer artists.
Nava Tehila is one of them. Or
Newer than even Debbie Friedman, so there's some newer artists that are really popular that are growing.
like, but I'm totally Batya Levine. I'm thinking of Lisa Levine, not so much. Ali Alpert is a name that comes to mind. She sings. In fact, we did Loosen. Well, it's all in English. I mean, do you want? I'm totally happy for your input, and I'm happy to get online and start exploring.
Great.
Completely.
This is kind of a strange question. What range do you, in your singing, what is your most comfortable range of singing?
Alto 1. Alto 1 and
Right, that
yeah.
way we don't have to get way up
No.
there where we can't get.
If I sing one, and I mean only one, if there's one song that's, chazonas, one during the service, no more than one, I would go higher. But anything else, I'm an alto 1.
Okay, and I don't think we asked this, and then we'll let you sing for us. High Holiday. Experience for High Holiday services?
Yeah, very. I've been singing, I've had a rabbinic colleague with me beginning in, 2013, 2011, one of those early 2000, with Reb Zalman Schachter Shalomi, Zichrono Livracha. I mean, he was the first rabbi. I don't know how I got on a bima with Reb Zalman. He came to Makom or Shalom every single year for, 15 or 10 or whatever it was years before, and I was in the choir. But then things changed, and their cantor could no longer, and I kind of became the de facto cantorial soloist. And I was on a bima. You were Reb Zalman, and I was Mitzi, and we were this far apart. That was an experience. I don't know how I got there, but that was amazing. So I've been, and ever since then, so whatever it was, 2011, 2013, until now, I've shared the bima with one rabbi or another.
And have you sung with a choir before, or just individual?
Little choirs, nothing big. I mean, not 40 member choirs. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
usually a 4.
JCO, yeah, okay. Wow, okay, JCO has 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so all females though, all women.
No, we have mixed.
Oigewald, okay. I
Well,
have
we
to-
need the male voice for the
Okay,
deep voices.
I'll have to learn bass parts.
Bass, yeah.
Good, okay,
We
okay,
have a-
you do
we
have
a
music that you.
huge book of music
Oh, good, okay.
that we've used for high holidays.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, any more questions? We're going to let her perform for us. Okay?
We're ready.
You're on.
Oigewald.
Are you ready?
I don't know. Let's see, so I brought. I want to move this Mishkan Tefillah because this one is mine. So I don't want to take the wrong one.
Just turn this one.
Oh, yeah, mine's. Oh, I can't.
Piano? No. Just point it to her.
So, actually, one of the songs that I talk, if you want new, let me turn this out. Right before Burt Bacharach, Zichrono Livracha, passed away a few years ago, I discovered that you could put Oseh Shalom to What the World Needs Now is Love. Would you like to hear? This is completely Burt Bacharach's melody at 1,000,000,000%. And then I have Oseh Shalom in Hebrew, and I wrote my own words. It's not copyright, I mean, I can't copyright. So this is something that would probably not go up on YouTube without, right, licensing and all that. Let's see if I can. Oseh Shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Bring the heavens down to earth, see God's beauty and love each and every day. Hold both darkness and light with a gentle heart. Sing with joy and let's proclaim. Oseh Shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Everything that is comes from Hashem. Every trial we face draws us close to God. Every challenge we face helps to strengthen us. God teaches us to carry on. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. No, not just for some, oh, but just for everyone. that's what you do, what I would do with an Oseh Shalom. Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. I'm in the wrong key. Hishmianu el hamyucha Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'litchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat Reuven elcha ki hi mekor haveracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh v'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yadadai 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. I lost the key. Oh, okay. Not at all. But you also can see that I'm not going to keep going even if I get a little, so I hope that showed. Do you want me to play something that I actually, can I do one other song? Ahavat Olam? Mi Chamocha, you got it. I have Debbie Friedman's Mi Chamocha. This one? Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nehevdad b'kodesh norat tehilot osei feleh norat tehilot osei feleh malchutecha u'banecha okei oyam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze Elianu ve'yameru ze Elianu ve'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nehevdad b'kodesh norat tehilot osei feleh norat tehilot osei feleh norat tehilot osei feleh norat tehilot osei feleh. There. Okay. What would you, does anyone, what? Kol Nidre. Oh, you're a Kol Nidre fanatic. I did that on Zoom. You want to hear in person too? Which is fine. Okay. Okay, I think I did, yeah. Okay. Okay, these are yours. This is, wait, which one? Does it matter? Doesn't matter. Okay. Does it matter? Okay. Let's see. Where I did not I marked another page, but not not Kol Nidre. Kol evening slichot Elohei Eloheinu Eloheinu. Okay. Avinu Malkeinu Shema Koleinu Avinu Malkeinu Chatanu Lefanecha Avinu Malkeinu Hamol Aleinu Ve'al Ol Aleinu V'tapeinu Avinu Malkeinu Kale Dever V'cherev V'ra'av Me'aleinu Avinu Malkeinu Kale Kol Tsar Umastin Me'aleinu Avinu Malkeinu Avinu Malkeinu Chadesh Aleinu V'Sefer Chaim Tovim Avinu Malkeinu Chadesh Aleinu Chadesh Aleinu B'Sefer Chaim Tovim. You don't need to clap.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that. And we have a few things to discuss afterwards, and we will definitely be in touch with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
so much. Thank you for letting me, thank you for this experience, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, whatever that is.